Have you ever wondered why he couldn't stop thinking about you, even when he tried to move on? Why your silence speaks louder than her presence? Why even when you're gone, your energy lingers like a scent he can't escape? That's not just coincidence, that's power. That's the mark of a woman who has become unforgettable, not by chasing, not by proving, but by becoming. He walked away, maybe thinking he could replace you, maybe believing you'd fade into the background. But now, he's discovering something unexpected. Your absence isn't quiet, it echoes. Your energy doesn't vanish, it expands. And the deeper truth, you are becoming the woman he can't ignore, can't forget, and definitely can't let go. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one. For you, beautiful soul, the same truth applies. Don't waste your power trying to prove your worth. Just be the woman whose very presence changes everything. That kind of woman does not beg for attention, she commands it, not with noise, but with her energy, her silence, her confidence, her glow. Think of a rare fragrance, one drop of it turning heads long after you've left the room. That's what your energy does. He might try to drown it out with distractions. He might try to convince himself that she is enough. But the way you made him feel, the way you carried yourself, loved him, stood tall through the storm, that doesn't fade. It haunts him softly and steadily until he realizes, no matter where he looks, he'll never find another you. This is about relationships, yes, but not the kind built on fear or chasing. This is about attraction that comes from power, from presence, from a kind of confidence that doesn't need to compete. You don't fight for attention. You become the woman he can't stop thinking about. And now it's your time. Time to stop shrinking. Time to stop wondering what she has that you don't. Time to become the woman he regrets losing every time he closes his eyes. Not for revenge, not to prove a point, but because you were always meant to rise. Beautiful woman, you've waited long enough. You've cried enough. Now it's time to return to your crown. Because a queen isn't made in comfort. She's born in the fire of being overlooked, underestimated, and still rising anyway. Let's begin. If this message touched your heart, if it reminded you of who you truly are beneath the pain, then show some love. Like this video and subscribe to the channel because we're working with our whole heart to bring you content that speaks your truth, heals your wounds, and reminds you that you were never ordinary. You were always meant to reign. Number 1. He didn't just lose a woman, he lost his peace, his clarity, his center. Have you ever seen a man smile on the outside but carry chaos behind his eyes? That's what happens when he loses the one who brought him peace. He didn't just lose a woman, he lost his calm, his focus, his balance. And right now, even if he won't admit it, he feels the storm building inside him because you're no longer there to silence the noise. He thought he was walking away from a relationship. What he didn't know is that he was walking away from his center. You were not just love, you were grounding. Your energy wasn't loud, but it kept him steady. The way you listened, the way you saw him, even when he couldn't see himself, that wasn't ordinary. And now, he's beginning to feel what happens when that energy disappears. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality," and that's what he's doing now, suffering in the silence, imagining your laugh, your presence, your warmth, things that no longer belong to him. He may scroll through new faces, hold new hands, but he's no longer connected, because the one who kept his soul still is gone. Think of an anchor in the ocean, that's what you were. He floated because you held things down, but when he took your presence for granted, he cut the line. Now he drifts, lost in tides he thought he could control. and it's only a matter of time before he realizes you weren't just part of his peace, you were his peace. But you're not looking back. You've wiped your tears. You've taken the silence and turned it into strength. And now, step by step, you are becoming the woman he can't forget. The woman he sees in every moment of calm he can't recreate. The one who no longer stays in the background, because queens, this is when you rise. You are not just a memory, you are the standard, and once a man loses that, no replacement brings peace, only regret. Write this in the comments and claim it. He lost his peace when he lost me. Let him carry the weight of that truth. If this message spoke to your soul, beautiful queen, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you real, powerful, life-changing truths because you were never meant to be ignored. You were meant to reign. Number 2. He may replace your body, but he will never replace your energy. Have you ever wondered why he's still restless, even while holding someone else? Why his eyes look full, but his energy feels empty? It's because he may replace your body, but he will never replace your energy. He can touch her skin, memorize her curves, even sleep beside her every night. But what you gave him, that soul-deep connection, that can't be copied, that can't be replaced, that stays with him. It lingers like a fingerprint on his spirit. You were never just the woman in his bed. You were the woman who poured warmth into his cold days. The woman whose silence carried more weight than her words. The woman whose energy made him feel seen when he was invisible to the world. And now he's trying to find you in her. But all he gets is a surface-level reflection of what used to feel like home. As Seneca once said, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Right now, he's imagining that she can replace you, that her smile will make him forget yours, that her touch will erase the memory of the way you loved. But when the thrill fades, when the laughs feel forced and the silence grows louder, that's when he'll know he lost something real. Picture this, a candle and the sun. The candle can light a room, yes, but it can never shine like the sun. You were the sun, queen. You didn't just light the room, you were the room. And now he's stuck squinting at a flame, hoping it brings the warmth he once took for granted. And this is the moment you stop shrinking. This is where you stop trying to be remembered and start becoming unforgettable. Not because of revenge, not because of ego, but because you finally realize you were the energy all along. He didn't carry you, you carried the connection. He didn't make you whole, you were already everything before he even arrived. So now, rise, walk like you've already been chosen, because you have, by you. And queens don't compete, queens don't chase. Queens become the standard that no one else can reach. Write this in the comments and claim it. He may touch her, but he still feels me. Let him feel your absence, not your desperation. We are working day and night to bring you content that helps you rise, reclaim, and reign like you were always meant to. Number 3. You're not just the chapter he closed. You're the entire story he can't rewrite. Have you ever noticed how he tries to act like you were just a phase, like what you gave, what you meant, what you were, was temporary? He might walk around like he's unbothered, like he moved on, but behind the scenes, he's flipping through a story he can't stop rereading, because deep down, he knows. You were never just a chapter, you were the entire story, and no matter how hard he tries, he will never be able to rewrite you out of it. He thought he closed the book when he walked away. He thought you would become a distant memory, an old name, a past feeling. But what he didn't realize was that you were the plot twist he never recovered from. You were the only part that ever felt real. And now, every new chapter he tries to write with her feels like a cheap copy of what you already gave him in full color. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." And now his mind is filled with you. The way you made him feel seen, the way you loved without pretending, the way you stood tall, even when your heart was breaking. That kind of love, that kind of woman, that doesn't fade, that imprints. Imagine trying to rewrite a masterpiece without the original muse. The ink dries, but the story feels hollow. That's him now, trying to rewrite his world, but your absence leaves every page unfinished. Because when a woman becomes the reason he ever felt alive, she doesn't get erased. She becomes the ghost of everything he'll never have again. But this isn't about him anymore. This is about you. About becoming the kind of woman who never has to look back to prove her worth. The kind of woman who rises without noise, who glows without needing a spotlight, who becomes so unforgettable that even in silence she speaks louder than the ones begging for his attention. Dear woman, he thought you were a sentence, but you were the story, the one that shaped him, the one that haunts him. And now, you are stepping into the version of yourself that doesn't wait to be chosen, because you were always the prize. Write this in the comments and claim it. I am the story he can't rewrite. We are working hard to bring you real, raw, and life-changing truths that help you rise into the woman you were always meant to be. Your reign has already begun. Number 4. He can try to unsee you, but he will see you in everything. Have you ever walked out of a room and still felt someone's eyes following you? Not because you tried to leave a mark, but because your energy did. That's exactly what's happening to him right now. He may act like he's moved on. He may scroll past your name, avoid your photos, keep his words short. But deep down, he can't unsee you. And what's worse for him, he sees you everywhere. He sees you in the way someone else laughs, but it doesn't hit the same. He hears a song and remembers how your voice filled the car. He walks through his day, but you still walk through his mind. This is the truth about a woman who was real, deep, and unforgettable. You don't just disappear, you linger, you echo, you haunt, not in pain, but in presence. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The things you think about determine the quality of your mind." And his mind, it's stuck replaying you because what you gave was rare. You didn't just love him, you saw him, built him, stood by him. Now that you're gone, nothing feels complete. Think of perfume. A powerful scent can't be erased by air. Even after it's gone, it lives in the fabric, in the air, in the memory. You are that scent. He tries to wash it away, but it stays. He tries to distract himself, but your energy wraps around everything. You didn't just pass through, you changed the temperature of the room. But you're not waiting for his recognition. You're not sitting in silence hoping he notices, because something greater is happening. You are becoming the woman he can't ignore, forget, or let go. Not because you chase, but because you stopped. You stopped explaining. You stopped showing up. You stopped making yourself small. And that's when he started to feel your absence louder than your presence ever was. Dear lady, you are not here to be erased. You are here to leave impact. He will try to unsee you, but your glow will be burned into his memory. He will try to forget you, but every woman will remind him of what he lost. He will try to move on, but you will be the standard he can't meet again. Queens, write this in the comments and claim it. He sees me everywhere and still can't have me. Let that truth settle in your soul. And if this message reminded you of your power, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working hard to bring you the lessons, the healing, and the fire you deserve. Keep rising. Keep glowing. Keep being unforgettable. Number 5. You became the lesson he didn't know he needed until it cost him everything. He didn't see it coming, did he? He thought you were just another woman he could walk away from and circle back to when it was convenient. He didn't realize that one day your absence would hit him harder than your presence ever did. That the same woman he thought he could forget would become the lesson he'll remember forever. Not because you begged, not because you fought, but because you disappeared and became unforgettable. Right now, he's starting to understand, but it's too late. He thought he had time. He thought you'd wait. He thought he could make you feel replaceable and still be welcomed back. But what he didn't know was that women like you don't wait forever. Women like you grow in silence, heal in solitude, and return as a force he can't reach anymore. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." He lied to himself when he said you were easy to walk away from. He lied again when he convinced himself you'd always be around. Now, his own choices have become his punishment. Think of a mirror, one that showed him everything clearly, but he refused to look. He shattered it, thinking he wouldn't need it again. But now that it's gone, he keeps running back, only to find broken pieces and his own reflection staring back, full of regret. That mirror was you. You showed him his worth, his light, and his flaws. And now that you're gone, no one else holds that kind of power over him. Dear woman, your love was not a weakness. It was his greatest privilege. And your silence, it's the echo that will follow him into every room. He will remember your kindness in her coldness. He will search for your depth in shallow hearts. And the day he realizes that no woman after you can compare, that's the day he'll understand. He didn't just lose you. He lost everything. But this isn't about him anymore. This is your moment. You don't need to prove anything. You became the woman he can't ignore, forget, or let go, and that power is yours forever. Affirm this in the comments, queens. I became the lesson he'll never forget. We are working day and night to create content that reminds you of your power, your worth, and your reign. Number 6. You stopped explaining your worth, and that's when he started feeling the weight of losing you. Have you ever noticed how quiet things get when you finally stop explaining yourself? When you no longer try to convince him why you're worth staying for? That silence? It's not weakness, it's power. The moment you stopped trying to prove your value was the moment he started feeling the weight of losing you. And now, the silence you gave him is louder than every word you ever spoke. He thought your love would always be there. He believed he could keep taking, ignoring, testing your patience, and still have access to your heart. But when you stopped explaining, when you simply walked away without the long speeches, without the final breakdown, he felt something shift. Because the woman he once thought he understood, she's no longer there. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." And that's exactly what you did. You didn't shout, you didn't beg, you simply changed. You stopped trying to get him to see you, and now he's the one looking, remembering, regretting. The weight of your absence is finally sinking in, and it's heavier than he ever imagined. Think of a beautiful book he never finished reading. He thought he had time. He thought he could skim through the pages, close it, return whenever he wanted. But now that book is gone from the shelf. It's no longer his to reach for. And the story, it's still unfolding, but without him. That's the power of knowing your worth. You no longer explain what should have been obvious. You no longer lower your voice just so he can feel taller. You've become the woman he can't ignore, can't forget, and absolutely cannot let go. Because you are no longer within his reach, and he knows it. And to the beautiful soul reading this, you are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are becoming the woman who no longer asks to be chosen because she's too busy choosing herself. You are becoming the silence that shakes his soul, the memory that haunts him, the lesson he never saw coming. Queens, your silence is sacred. Your value is not up for debate. Write this affirmation in the comments and claim it. My worth needs no explanation. Let the world know you're no longer asking, you're becoming. We're working hard to create lessons that don't just heal, they awaken the queen you've always been. Number 7. He thought you'd stay sweet, but your evolution turned you into a woman he can't touch anymore. He thought you'd stay soft forever, didn't he? Thought you'd always be the one waiting, always available, always smiling through the pain. He believed your kindness was weakness, that your loyalty was a guarantee, that no matter how many times he left you confused, waiting, or hurt, you'd still be there. But now he's looking at a version of you he can't recognize, because the woman who once bent herself to fit his needs is gone, and in her place stands a woman so powerful, so unbothered, so magnetic. He can't touch her anymore. He expected you to stay where he left you, to be sweet, quiet, forgiving, but he forgot. Fire doesn't stay small forever. It grows, it transforms, it consumes. You didn't just move on, you evolved, and that evolution became the one thing he never prepared for. As Seneca once said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." That's what you did. You faced heartbreak, you faced rejection, and you proved yourself to the only person who ever truly mattered, you. Think of a butterfly. She begins as a caterpillar, silent and unseen, crawling through life, surviving. But when it's time, she goes inward, she disappears, and when she emerges, she doesn't crawl anymore, she flies. That is what your transformation looks like. He didn't see it coming. He thought you'd be stuck in the past. But now you're soaring, and he can't even reach the sky you're flying in. This isn't about making him jealous. This is about stepping into your highest self, becoming the kind of woman who doesn't chase, who doesn't shrink, who doesn't wait to be chosen. You are the choice. And now he's realizing too late that the sweetest soul he ever knew turned into the strongest woman he'll ever lose. Queens, this is your moment to reclaim everything, your voice, your power, your boundaries. Let your evolution be the reminder that you were never just sweet. You were layered, deep, and destined for more. And now, you've become unforgettable, untouchable. Write this in the comments and claim it. I evolved into the woman he can't touch. Let the world feel your shift, queens. And if this message woke something up inside you, like this video and subscribe to the channel. We are working every single day to bring you powerful, healing, and life-changing messages. Because you were never here to beg, you were here to reign.